hopefully you like it better than I do. It's not my favorite subject, but State of Georgia says we have to have it, so let's learn it. We should have already finished sections 1 through 6 in the book and turn those in to Miss Tracy so that I can grade them. We're beginning week 2, which begins with 1.7. In your notebook, you've got your week 2. It says take quiz 2. So that is in your book. You may do that. It is open book. You may use your book on all math quizzes unless I tell you otherwise. It's looking at sections 5, 6, and 7. So we're about to go over 7. At the end of the week, you can take quiz 3. Both quizzes are in here. Let me see. They're both pretty short. Quiz 1 has 10 questions. Quiz 2 has 10 questions. Alright. So with 1.7, we're just looking at special pairs of oblique angles. So to begin with, that's page 13 in your book, but to begin with, you need to remember some vocabulary words that you learned last week. So I put some of that on the board for you to help you be able to do this. First of all, if you're reading this or watching this, you already know this is the site you go to find math help. FCA Lyons 30204@gmail.com. Alright, some of the things you need to remember. An oblique angle, that's any angle except 180 or 90. A 90-degree angle is called a right angle, and 180, which is a straight line, is called a straight angle. Everything else, everything except for 90 and 180 are called oblique. That will include all of these. Acute, an angle that's smaller than 90. This is acute. This is acute. This is acute. This one's acute. Less than 90. Obtuse, anything that's larger than 90. Here's you an example. Here's you an example. Go past the 90 and over. Reflex is larger than 180. So you go all the way around and further. Okay? Acute, smaller than 90. Obtuse, larger than 90. Reflex, larger than 180. Now this chapter, this section also looks at 3 different types of oblique angles. The first is complementary, and that's the word complement. Complement means 90 degrees. So a complementary angle means that any 2 angles that when you add them together, you're going to get 90. So this one, AOB, is complementary to BOC, because this one and this one give you 90 degrees. 1 and 3 are complementary because BOC and COD give us 90 degrees. In this particular one, also 1 and 2 are complementary because AOB and BOC give us a complement. That means that this entire triangle, AOC, is also equal to BOD. If these are complementary, they make 90. If these are complementary, they make 90. And you already learned from your rules, 90 equals 90. All right? Supplementary angles. Supplementary just means when you add the angles, they're going to add up to 180. So when I add this one and this one, it's 180. Vertical angles. That means anytime 2 lines cross each other, anytime they cross each other, the opposite angles are vertical angles. This one is vertical to this one. This one is vertical to this one. Those are just some definitions. It's going to help you to do this assignment. So we've talked about all of those. So now you have an exercise. There's only 13 questions. For example, what kind of angles are complementary angles? Well, we already know what complementary angles are. Complementary angles are angles that add up to 90. It says, can those angles be obtuse? Well, obtuse is bigger than 90. So you think you can have 2 angles, both of which that are bigger than 90, and they're going to add up to 90? Only if you're doing some funky kind of math. All right? So no. So you're answering those questions. It may ask you to draw an angle. If it does, in the classroom you will find everything you need to draw an angle. Usually you would use the protractor. That's the little round thing. Actually, I will just go get one. That one? Never mind. here we go. Here's your little pack. Best thing you can do is pull this out. There you go. And you put it down, and you find the angle that you want. You would find a 50-degree angle. Here's the 50. Put it on your paper. I've got a big one in my room, but you put it on your paper. You find your angle. Now the big angles, the bottom one is if you're reading from right to left, and you're trying to do something bigger than 90, okay? So you're gonna draw some angles, but I ask you to. And that's all you do on that assignment. Let's move on. There are a few more questions on the next page. Now we're on 1.8, measuring angles. We actually just went over that, but I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about measuring using degrees, minutes, and seconds. All right, so you'll look in the book. It shows you that 1 degree is the same as 60 minutes, and 1 minute is the same as 60 seconds. And so look at example 1 on page 15. It says you have an angle and it's 35 degrees, 15, and that little tick mark means minutes. That's the same since there's 60 minutes in a degree. That would be the same as 15 over 60. So then you would just do the math. It's either 35 degrees, 15 minutes, or if you want it in degrees, take 15, divide it by 60, get 0.25. So that's either 35 degrees, 15 minutes, or 35.25 degrees, which is the normal way you would do it if you're going to draw it. How many degrees are there in a straight angle? Well, a straight is 2 90s, so it's 180. Because we know that a whole circle is 360, so half the circle would be 180. What would a fourth of the circle be, which is the right angle? It'd be 90, all right? And then they're having you draw some angles. You're drawing an acute angle, drawing a complementary, drawing a supplementary, and if you've got these notes, you'll be good. Put those with you. Then exercise 1.8, between what two lines expressed in degrees are all acute angles found? Well, we know all acute angles are less than 90, so they're going to be between 0 and 90. Okay? Where all obtuse going to be found? They're larger than 90, so they're going to be between 90 and 180. They're going to be in quadrant 2 if you remember your quadrants from algebra 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right? And of course, if you were looking for the reflexive ones, they're going to be down here in quadrant 3. So they're going to be between 180 and 70. So you're just answering those questions concerning those particular angles and drawing with you. Using protractor 1.9. Stop for just a second. I'm going to go get the big protractor out of my